Ladies and gentlemen, there is a space within you untouched by time, beyond the noise of the mind, a space of stillness and awareness. In that space, miracles are not only possible, they are inevitable. When we hear the word miracle, we often think of something extraordinary, an event that defies logic, something beyond human understanding. But in truth, a miracle is not a supernatural occurrence. It is a shift in perception, a moment of deep clarity when we realize that life itself is an unfolding mystery far greater than the mind can comprehend. I invite you to see with new eyes, to embrace the now, and to allow life to reveal its hidden wonders. Miracles are not waiting for us in some distant future. They are here now, in this very moment, for those who have the eyes to see. The present moment is the only place where life truly exists. Everything else, the past and the future, exists only as thoughts in our minds. Yet most people spend their lives trapped in these thoughts, either dwelling on past events or anxiously anticipating what is to come. In doing so, they overlook the profound reality of the now, where all miracles unfold. Miracles are often thought of as rare, extraordinary occurrences, something that defies logic, something that happens to only a select few. But in truth, a miracle is simply the natural flow of life, unclouded by the interference of the human mind. When we are fully present without resistance, life moves effortlessly, and what we once thought impossible becomes possible. To understand this, consider a moment of deep stillness. Have you ever watched a sunrise, completely absorbed in its beauty, without any thoughts distracting you? Ooh. In that moment, there is no past, no future, only the radiant glow of the sun rising on the horizon, filling the sky with color. That moment, free from mental noise, is a miracle. It is not something extraordinary in itself. The sun rises every day. But our awareness of it, our ability to fully experience it without distraction, transforms it into something profoundly meaningful. When we are present, we step into a state of alignment with life. This alignment allows things to happen with a sense of flow where obstacles dissolve, clarity arises, and solutions emerge naturally. In contrast, when we are lost in thoughts of the past or future, we create inner resistance. And this resistance manifests as stress, worry, or doubt, blocking the natural movement of life. We often try to force solutions, but true miracles do not come from force. They come from presence. Think about times when you have been deeply engaged in something you love, perhaps painting, playing music, or simply walking in nature. In those moments, time seems to disappear, and there is a sense of effortless creation. This is because you are fully present, not caught in the endless stream of mental chatter. In this state, ideas come effortlessly, actions feel natural, and a sense of joy arises without effort. This is the space where miracles occur, not as something external, but as a deep inner harmony with life itself. The reason many people feel disconnected from miracles is that they are always searching for them in the future. They think, one day when I achieve success, when I find love, when I have enough money, then life will be miraculous. But miracles do not exist in the future. They exist only in the now. The more we postpone our sense of fulfillment, the more we distance ourselves from the miracle of life that is already unfolding in this very moment. The power of the present moment is not just a philosophical idea. It has practical implications. When we bring our full awareness to the now, we experience greater clarity, deeper peace, and an ability to respond to life with wisdom rather than reactivity. In moments of crisis, for example, those who remain present find solutions more easily than those who panic. Presence allows us to see clearly, to act with intention rather than fear. Even healing, whether physical or emotional, happens most profoundly in a state of presence, when we are fully in the now, free from the burdens of past regrets and future anxieties. The body and mind naturally restore balance. Stress, which is the cause of much suffering, dissolves in the presence of deep awareness. Miracles are not about changing external circumstances. They are about shifting our perception. When we are fully present, we see life differently. A simple conversation can turn into a moment of deep connection. A challenge can transform into an opportunity. What once seemed like a problem can reveal itself as a hidden gift. This is the miracle of presence, the realization that life itself, in its purest form, is already complete, already whole. So if you wish to experience miracles, do not look for them elsewhere. Do not wait for life to change before you allow yourself to feel wonder and gratitude. Instead, bring your attention to the now. Feel the aliveness in your breath. Listen to the sounds around you and observe the unfolding of life without judgment. In this awareness, you will find that the miraculous is not something distant. It is here in this moment waiting to be seen. A miracle is not the breaking of natural laws, but a transformation in how we see reality. It is a shift in perception, a change in consciousness that allows us to recognize the profound beauty, harmony, and intelligence already present in life. When we think of miracles, we often imagine extraordinary events, something rare and supernatural that happens outside of us. But true miracles do not always come in dramatic forms. More often, they arise as a deep inner realization, a new way of seeing what has always been there. The human mind is conditioned to see the world through the lens of past experiences, beliefs, and assumptions. It interprets reality based on what it has been taught, often creating limitations where none exist. This is why many people feel stuck in patterns of suffering, convinced that their circumstances cannot change. However, when a shift in perception occurs, everything appears different, even if nothing in the external world is changed. Suddenly, what once seemed like an obstacle becomes an opportunity, and what once felt impossible begins to unfold naturally. Consider the experience of someone who has been carrying resentment for years. They believe they have been wronged, and this belief shapes their perception of life. They see themselves as a victim and their pain feels justified. But then something happens, a moment of deep realization, perhaps through meditation, self-reflection, or a profound conversation. In that moment, they see that their suffering is not caused by the past event itself, but by their continued attachment to it. They recognize that forgiveness is not about excusing the other person, but about freeing themselves from the burden of carrying resentment. This shift in perception is a miracle. The event that caused the pain did not change, but their relationship to it did. The same principle applies to all areas of life. Many people believe they are trapped in their circumstances, whether it be financial struggles, relationship challenges, or personal doubts. They see only limitations because their perception is clouded by fear and past conditioning. But when they begin to question their assumptions, when they open themselves to new possibilities, the world changes before their eyes. The shift is not in the external world, but in the way they perceive and respond to it. This is why some people, even in the most difficult situations, radiate peace and resilience, while others, despite having every comfort, live in a state of discontent. It is not the situation itself that determines one's experience, but the perspective through which it is seen. A person who sees life as a constant struggle will find evidence to support that belief, while someone who sees life as a gift will experience wonder in the simplest moments. One of the most powerful aspects of this shift in perception is the realization that we are not separate from life, but deeply connected to it. When we move beyond the habitual thoughts that create a sense of division, we begin to experience a deeper intelligence at work. This intelligence is what allows a tiny seed to grow into a mighty tree, what orchestrates the beating of our hearts and the movement of the stars. When we attune ourselves to this flow, life no longer feels like something we must control or struggle against. Instead, we recognize that we are part of something vast and mysterious, and this recognition itself is a miracle. Many spiritual traditions speak of enlightenment as the ultimate shift in perception, the realization that we are not merely our thoughts, emotions, or physical forms, but something far greater. This does not mean escaping the world or ignoring practical responsibilities. It means seeing life with a new awareness where even the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The simple act of breathing, the warmth of the sun, the sound of the wind, these become sources of deep gratitude and wonder. To invite this shift, we must first become aware of the unconscious patterns of thought that shape our perception. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to life based on conditioned responses rather than seeing each moment with fresh eyes. But when we pause, when we bring attention to the present moment, we create space for a new perception to emerge. In this space, miracles become possible, not as something we seek, but as something we allow. So if you wish to experience miracles, begin by questioning how you see the world. Are you looking through the lens of fear or trust? Are you focused on what is missing, or are you open to what is already present? The moment you shift your perception, the world shifts with you. And in that shift, miracles reveal themselves, not as something separate from everyday life, but as the very essence of life itself. Awareness is the key that unlocks the miracle of life. Most people go through life caught in a continuous stream of thoughts, unaware of the present moment. They are trapped in worries about the future, regrets about the past, or endless mental chatter that distracts them from experiencing reality as it is. But we awaken to the present moment with full awareness. We enter a state of consciousness where life flows effortlessly, and what once seemed impossible becomes possible. Miracles do not arise from the outside. They arise from a deep shift within, an awakening to the true nature of existence. To understand this, consider how often we act out of unconscious patterns. When we are lost in thought, reacting automatically, we are not truly present. Our minds create stories based on past experiences, shaping our perceptions and limiting our understanding of what is possible. But the moment we become aware of these patterns, something shifts. We step out of the conditioned mind and into direct experience. This awareness is a miracle in itself because it allows us to see reality with fresh eyes rather than through the filter of our past. Imagine a person who has always believed they are not good enough. Their entire life has been shaped by this belief, affecting their relationships, their choices, and their sense of self-worth. They constantly seek validation from others, fearing rejection and feeling unworthy of success or love. But one day they pause, they observe the thoughts running through their mind and realize that this belief is just that, a belief, not an absolute truth. In that moment of awareness, they recognize that they are not their thoughts, they are the observer of their thoughts. This realization is a miracle because it liberates them from years of self-imposed limitation. From that point on, they begin to live with greater freedom, no longer bound by the unconscious belief that once controlled them. This is the power of awareness. It does not require external change. It simply requires seeing clear. The more we cultivate awareness, the more we recognize how much of our suffering is created by the mind. Fear, anxiety, resentment, these emotions arise from identification with thoughts. But when we step back and observe them, rather than becoming entangled in them, they lose their grip on us. In this space of awareness, we experience inner peace, clarity, and a deeper sense of connection with life. Miracles occur not because we force them to happen, but because we become present enough to notice them. A person rushing through life, constantly distracted, will not see the beauty that surrounds them. But someone who is fully aware, who listens deeply, who sees with an open heart, will experience the wonder in even the simplest moments. A smile from a stranger, the sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight on the skin. These are all miracles when met with awareness. This does not mean that awareness eliminates challenges from life. Difficult situations will still arise, but with awareness we respond to them differently. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, we act with wisdom and clarity. Awareness allows us to see solutions where others see only problems. It helps us navigate uncertainty with trust rather than resistance. Many people believe they need to search for miracles, as if they exist somewhere outside themselves. But the truth is, miracles become visible the moment we bring full awareness to the present. The more deeply we connect with this moment, the more life reveals its intelligence, guiding us in ways that the thinking mind alone could never comprehend. To cultivate this awareness, we must practice stillness. Even a few moments of conscious breathing, where we fully immerse ourselves in the present, can create profound shifts in perception. When we slow down, observe without judgment, and simply be with what is, we allow life to unfold naturally. In this state, we are no longer struggling against reality. We are flowing with it, and in this flow, miracles happen effortlessly. So if you wish to awaken miracles in your life, begin by awakening awareness within yourself and yours. Notice the thoughts that arise, the emotions that come and go, the sensations of the present moment. Instead of being lost in them, simply observe. The more you do this, the more you will see that life itself is a continuous unfolding of miracles waiting to be seen. A miracle is not something that happens outside of us. It is an inner transformation, a shift in awareness that changes the way we experience life. Many people believe that miracles are rare, extraordinary events that occur in the external world. An unexpected healing, a sudden stroke of luck, or a supernatural occurrence. But the truth is, the most profound miracles happen within us. They are moments of awakening, realizations that dissolve fear, bring clarity, and reconnect us with the deeper intelligence of existence. Most of the time, we live in a state of mental conditioning, reacting to life based on old patterns and beliefs. We carry stories about ourselves, about others, and about the world, stories that shape our perception and limit what we believe is possible. But a miracle occurs when we see beyond these conditioned thoughts and experience life directly. It is the moment when an old fear loses its power over us, when we forgive someone we thought we never could, or when we suddenly feel an unshakable sense of peace despite external chaos. These are not coincidences or accidents. They are shifts in consciousness, moments when we awaken to a deeper reality. Consider a person who has struggled with self-doubt for years. They have always believed they are not good enough, and this belief has influenced every aspect of their life, their relationships, their career, and their sense of happiness. One day something shifts. Maybe it happens in a quiet moment of reflection, or perhaps during a deep conversation. Suddenly they see the truth. Their belief was never real. It was only a thought they had identified with. In that moment, a weight lifts. They feel free, no longer trapped by the illusion of unworthiness. Nothing external has changed, yet everything feels different. This is a miracle. It is not an event that happened to them. It is a realization that happened within them. These inner miracles are available to everyone, but they require presence. Most people are so caught up in their minds, lost in past regrets or future worries, that they do not see the opportunities for transformation that are always present. But when we become fully aware of this moment without resistance, we create space for these shifts to occur. We begin to see the world with new eyes, and in doing so, we discover that what we once thought impossible is not only possible, but already happening. Another profound inner miracle is the ability to release fear. Fear dominates much of human life. People fear failure, rejection, uncertainty, even success. But fear is not an external force. It is a mental creation. When we become aware of this, we can step back from it and see it for what it is, just a thought, not reality. Imagine someone who has always been afraid to speak their truth. One day, they realize that their fear is only a story they have been telling themselves. They take a deep breath, let go of the fear, and speak with honesty and confidence. In that moment, something inside them shifts. They are no longer controlled by fear. This is a miracle, not because something magical happened, but because they awakened to their true nature, a nature that is not bound by fear. Healing is another form of inner miracle. Many people seek external external solutions to their pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. But true healing begins within. When we let go of resentment, when we release guilt, when we choose to see ourselves and others with compassion, something profound happens. The body relaxes, the mind clears, and life begins to flow with greater ease. This is why some people experience spontaneous healing after a deep emotional breakthrough. The shift happens inside first, and the external world follows. Miracles are not about controlling life. They are about aligning with it. When we resist life, when we fight against reality, we create suffering. But when we surrender to the deeper intelligence that moves through all things, we experience a profound sense of peace. This surrender does not mean giving up. It means trusting that life is unfolding exactly as it should. In this trust, we open ourselves to possibilities that the limited mind could never conceive. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness, searching for something outside themselves that will finally make them feel complete. But the miracle is that everything we seek is already within us. Peace, love, joy, these are not things to be found in the future. They are aspects of our true nature, accessible in this very moment. The only thing that prevents us from experiencing them is our own mental noise, our own resistance to the present. So, if you wish to experience miracles, do not look for them outside of yourself. Do not wait for life to change before you allow yourself to feel peace. Instead, turn inward. Observe your thoughts, question your beliefs, and let go of the limitations you have unconsciously accepted. When you do this, you will see that the greatest miracle is not the changing of the world around you, but the awakening of your own awareness. In that awakening, life reveals itself as it truly is, whole, complete, and infinitely miraculous. In the end, miracles are not distant, supernatural occurrences, but ever-present realities waiting to be seen. They are not bound by external circumstances, but arise from within, through shifts in perception, deep awareness, and a profound connection to the present moment. When we release fear, step beyond limiting beliefs, and allow ourselves to be fully present, we open the door to transformation. The greatest miracle is not changing the world around us, but awakening to the truth that life itself is already miraculous. Peace, joy, and wisdom are not things to be found in the future. They exist here and now within us. So instead of searching for miracles elsewhere, let us turn inward. Let us embrace the present moment. See life with fresh eyes and trust in the deeper intelligence that guides all things. When we do, we will come to realize that miracles were never absent. They were simply waiting for us to notice them. Thank you.